Welcome to the European Ultimate Federation continued coverage of the summer tours here in Heilbronn, Germany. We got a nice one here, Wall City versus Heidees, a German matchup. I'm Ravi Vasudevan, joined here by Christian Gaffney. Chris, you might know one of these teams a little bit.
As a German player, I'd say I know both of these teams pretty well, but as a 10-year player of Wall City, I know one team better than the other. I'll do my best to be a professional commentator here and not let my bias influence too much, but if a little slips through, you'll have to, take the whole package.
A little bias can be fun. So what, can you tell us a little bit about what's at stake here between these two teams?
Well, Wall City right now is in the top 4, I believe, of the rankings. Heidees are closer to the bubble. So Heidees have more to lose than Wall City. Heidees are really fighting for their lives to get into the EUCF. As we know, the top 16 will make it. I think they'll have a tough uphill climb to get the wildcard bid by winning this tournament. So they would need to have strong showing against all their top opponents. Do you know the expected score of this game?
Don't have it on the algorithm? I don't have it up yet, but we'll get it for you later on in this game. There, an immediate shot, and Wall City take a D as, Heidees take a D, and Wall City give up the disc. You see Heidees in their new baseball-themed red jerseys. Looking fly, shooting it deep. And that one is going to be out of bounds, so they squander that early opportunity.
And that's a classic tag team D by the two. Actually, is that Business Paul in the background? It is. That's a D by the best friends forever, Business Paul and Party Paul, who earn their nicknames together by having different styles at the same time. And the nicknames really stuck.
See the handler Metzger ready to pick things up. Not a great start for Wall City, but they do get the disc back. We'll see if they can play a bit cleaner here in their second possession. Metzger dumps it back. Metzger looks at the round shot. Works out there for Johnson. Johnson shoots it deep immediately. Great look there from Wall City. What a good response there, as Richard Heinrichs takes a score, and they go up 1-0.
That's a big throw from Paul Herkens to Richard Heinrichs. Beautiful dime ball. Wall City doing well to recover from the early mistake, get the hold, and get this game underway. Now, you'll see a new face on the Wall City O-line. A big player on the European scene is Ferdia Rogers. He was the longtime captain of Ranelagh. He led them to a surprising EUCF upset victory over rivals Clapham. And he actually just this year moved to Berlin to play with Wall City, where not only he has a big outsized role in sort of leadership, just as a sort of natural leader, but in the past week or two, he was actually anointed official captain.
Official captain already?
Yes, joining the ranks of captains in his first year. The team accepted it with glee because he's been doing really great work on that front. So he's offering a lot, not just on the field, but also strategically, and he's been an amazing addition as he sneaks away into the shade after 1 point.
Well, he is Irish. They don't like the sun very much.
Hopefully he's sunscreened up good.
So for those of you who didn't see, we just saw a nice upset previously on the stream. Bad Skid taking it over Gentle, shaking things up in the rankings. Heidees looking to see if they can do the same here. This is the back-to-back 1-2 pool battles. As you see Heidees start things off here with Florian Reinhardt. Nice around shot there to Linde. Linde with the inside to Luc. Heidees had a couple nice passes, but have been pushed back. It's behind their defending brick mark. Luc now. Backhand hook into space. There's a lot of room there for the catch, and it is made. What a great grab there by Luc for Heidees.
He's a top athlete, so no shame in getting beat by him. That was Venderholm on the D trying to catch up. He's a fantastic chaser of the pull, fantastic handler defender, but I wouldn't say his specialty is the deep space. He did well to get close, but ultimately just better offense wins the day.
Do you think there was a switch there, or is Luc also traditionally a handler? Why do you think that if he's traditionally specialized as a handler defender, he ended up on that matchup?
It's a great question. It could just be the athleticism. Giannis is one of, or Wenderholm is one of the sort of young, fit, frothing D athletes, and Luch is the same. So maybe they just thought we need speed on speed here rather than positional matchup. But I couldn't say.
Well, speed seemed to have beaten speed in that one. And now the score is 1-1. Heidees with a great first offensive possession. A little cleaner than Wall City. Did it on a clean hold. Wall City had to do it with the dirty hold.
Wall City missing a couple traditional key O-line starters. One would be Conrad Schlor, who's been playing a lot of O-line this year. He's in the States right now for his annual excursion onto Pony. Leo Eichler, another great cutter who's injured at the moment, who we won't see, which gives us an opportunity to watch new crossovers, fill the space.
I think Danger Diekman is also missing from Wall City at this tournament.
Correct.
So we'll see how they fill in all those gaps. Andre Riedlo, the Czech import, getting things going here for Wall City. There's a nice shot into the end zone. A lot of time underneath that disc. I thought that would have been caught a few seconds earlier, but it works out for Wall City.
Paul Herkins, who threw that big deep shot earlier and reeled this one in now, he was known for a while as the Prince Who Was Promised. He's been an amazing player since he was 15 years old, and everybody knew that he was going to be sort of the next big thing at the German level. He's still only 24, 25, really entering his prime, but he's going to be one of the top names in Europe for years to come. He's definitely someone to watch.
So a great response after having the dirty hold. Here they get it clean. Wall City are up 2-1 here in this contest, still on serve.
These two teams have a rich history. They obviously play each other a lot as German rivals. In 2022, Wall City got our first ever national championship after 40 years of existence. Long, hard slog. We got it over the Heidees that year. But in EUCF that very same year, they had a big upset on us in the quarterfinals of EUCF. So a real back and forth, high highs, low lows, and a great matchup all the way around.
I remember that year, both Berlin sides, both Jinx and Wall City, got knocked out by German rivals in quarterfinals. So that was not a great day for Berlin fans.
We had sort of a interconnected Horcrux thing where everything that happened to us happened to them at each and every tournament. Since then, they might have a slight edge over us, though, and
we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the season.
We'll see how it goes.
Both teams sitting pretty similarly in respective rankings. I think Jinx is right now in 4th and Wall City in 3rd. So see how things play out now. Heidees. Nice low pass. Very young team is this Heidees side. Not a lot of the names I'm known for. Of course, the one exception to that is Hans Tiro, who's floating around here on the wing. Ageless wonder. Playing more in the downfield space, which is not what I would expect a player in his 40s to be doing, especially one like Hans. There the shot goes up. A lot of bodies underneath it, but the Wall City one, the biggest one. And that play broken up by Sonka Maturek. Going back the other way are Wall City, but that one's going to go down to Linda very easily. And Heidees will be happy to take that one back. Nice give and go move. Linda now with the disc. Nice around pass to Hans Tiro. Tiro with the give go, still got it. Look at the height mismatch there. Doesn't bother Tiro one bit. He's used to playing against pretty big athletes. Been doing it for a few years now. Hans Tiro looking for options, so dangerous with the disc in his hands. And we got Zitterbath. Pops it back to Beirluch. Nice bladey put. Great movement here from Heidees on their end zone line. Hans Tiro with it now, shoots to the end zone. There is a lot of nobody moving, but I think it's still going to count. Heidees equalized 2-2.
I'm impressed with the patience there from the Heidees. It took a lot of passes, but they didn't get flustered and they made it work. Maybe that patience is coming from Hans Tiro, the legend, who's seen a lot of defenses in his day, and he's definitely not going to get flustered.
Yeah, we see here the disc go up.
Now, Ravi, I'm going to break the fourth wall here and go get my French fries. You're on your own for this this time out. Point.
Left alone to my own devices. And we'll see how I can handle it. Heidees now pulling to Wall City. Going to have their third offensive point here this game. Heidees defense has been putting a lot of pressure on Wall City so far. Let's see if they can continue that. And we're back in action. Metzger with it. Gets it to Rogers. Rogers and Reedlow, the international imports, doing some work there for Wall City. Nice run through block. Heidees now off to the races. Great floaty disc. Reedlow is there, but what a grab there by Tim Stuhlertz. And Heidees get a break on Wall City. Was that Stuhlert with a double happiness, getting the block and the reception?
I believe so, and I think that's his second block of the game. He's coming out with a lot of fire. He's a defensive specialist.
Here we see the floaty disc between Stuhlert and Reedlow. I thought Reedlow had position here, but Stuhlert goes up strong. That's an impressive catch over Reedlow, who is no slouch.
All right, we've got ourselves a game. Certainly coming into this game, I would have said that Wall City were the favorites to strong favorites, but Heidees are not going to go down without a fight, and right now they're up.
But remember, like you said, Heidees with a lot more to play for right now. They are playing this game on fire. The score is 3-2, Heidees up on Wall City. And yeah, like you said, Wall City playing to maybe keep themselves in the top four. That is a favorable place to be, seeding EUCF-wise, but Heidees trying to qualify. And maybe that bit more drive. That's what I saw out of that defensive play. That was just drive to power through and get that, and then power over Reedlow for the score.
It was. That was quite an impressive D. Wall City will try to steady the nerves here. We've got Phil Kay crossing over. A steadying presence. I believe the oldest player here on Wall City, but still in his extended prime.
Pull sails out of bounds. Wall City reads it well. And Metzger will collect. Wall City starting in a split stack. So they're going to initiate from the 3 side or the 2 side here, Chris?
I would say from the 2 side.
All right, you see there, Phil Kay. Looks like you know this team. Kay goes deep. A Heidees player goes off the back, but Kay just turns on the jets and is there by himself, all alone. Great response there from Wall City. 3-3.
As we hear the cheers from the field, Hooter, Hooter. He hooted that disc right into the end zone like a wise old owl. And that's a great run from Phil Kay, putting the Jets on.
We saw there the Heidees defender peeling off. I thought he might have had a shot to put some pressure on it, but Phil just totally in a league of his own on that run and takes it down with ease.
Phil Kay is one of the many players on this Wall City squad who's going to Australia in a couple weeks for the World Championship, so it's fair to say that he's in top form right now. Mm-hmm. Other notable players are Greenwald, who's giving the speech in his skiing glasses and visor. Great look. Actually, it'd be easier to say who's not. There's a lot of people going.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. There's a timeout. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
The aforementioned Greenwald, who is leading that huddle, is another one of Wall City's O-line players who's out this weekend. He tweaked his quad 2 weeks ago at practice. He might play tomorrow, but he's better safe than sorry right now. A lot of our offense really runs through him. I'm a commentator now. So he's definitely a big loss on the Wall City O-line.
So we'll see here. Wall City, I think, probably calling that timeout, realizing they need to get things going, get a break back. Heidees here trying to respond. Scuba over the top for the Heidees as Jasper Linde sails it across. Linde now. Shot to the end zone. It looks like it's going to be a little too far. What a great run. No, he doesn't get there. Just a bit out of the reach for the Heidees player.
And here's Wall City's opportunity to get that break back. We see Ferdia Rogers slowly and confidently walking to that disc. Maybe they're a bit tired out there in the heat, trying to get things reset.
So yeah, it does look like Wall City's crossed over a few players here, thinking that this is a key moment to get a break. We see Ferdia out there. We see Andre Riedlow, who were both playing on O-line before. See if the Irishman can keep things going. Basov. Basov back to Rogers. Rogers with a nice around throw. Nice shot again from Wall City. Basov's in the area. There's going to be competition, but Basov goes over the top, and Wall City break in the break, and it's 4-3.
And they are excited, hitting their heads as he takes the deep shot. Too small, perhaps, they might say to the defender. Not to his face, but to their teammates. And that was a nice rundown by Basov. So a huge break for Wall City as they even things back up, or get back on serve.
Yeah, up 4-3. I think most teams wouldn't have done this type of power line move this early in the half. Is that something that tactically Wall City are known for? Clamping lines down this early?
To be honest, I think it's less about power line or desperation and more about saving legs. Mm-hmm. There's a relatively small roster this weekend. Usually we can fill out 2 D-lines and an O-line. This time it's well short of that, maybe 17 playing players. And so...
But there are teams they took a timeout and then loaded more players on. That's what I saw. I don't know if that's... But I saw players like Riedlow and Rogers that had played the previous O-point, took a timeout, then came in and loaded on for a break at 3-3, which traditionally I think a lot of teams I've been involved with would do that, but maybe around 6-6, 5-5, not quite this early.
Maybe they are feeling the pressure and just want to get out ahead of it before it, they want to get back to being on top.
Big arcing pull there as Heidees collect. Niels Sontag has crossed over now, officially a D-line player. Very strong Heidees one. But they're realizing after they get broken, they need to bring him in. Fakes the big shot, goes for the easy under. To Lux. Lux, that's going to be a little high. Basov has a chance, but it's collected by Heidees. Lux goes around to Sontag. Sontag with a big boost into the end zone, and Basov gets a taste of his own medicine as he gets beat in the deep space.
Disc giveth and it taketh away. Vlad on the wrong side of things there. But that's a great shot from Sontag, who's an incredible handler in his own right. A rising star in the German scene. He's on the mixed national team this year.
Okay.
And I'd say he's someone they're really relying on to make a splash, especially on offense.
Yeah, tremendous young player and really bolstering this Heidees side. I noticed, I was watching a little bit in our commentating game off when they played free speed that he had been playing more D-line than O-line, which was a little surprising to me. But there you see, it's one of those where, type of player where, yeah, they'll play D-line, but if an O-line gets broken, yep, bring him in, let's secure this one.
He's also a young, puppy dog style frother who's just happy to be out there. He'll take any role. He wants to get better as a cutter. He wants to improve his defense. He loves every aspect of the game, beach, grass, whatever it is. He's having a great time out there.
Absolutely. The score here, 4-4. We're on serve, 1 break each here in this matchup between these two German powerhouses, Wall City and Heidees.
Wall City set to receive. O-line probably looking to have a nice, clean, quick hold, get their confidence back a little bit.
Metzger and Rogers start things off for Wall City as they go back into their split stack, eventually coming under to Herkins. Herkins with the undershot there. A little bit off balance was that throw. Riedlo couldn't hold on to it. And now Heidees have a chance to get their break back. Linda now. There we see Stulert, the man who took over last time they got a break, with a catch over Riedlo. Let's see what kind of magic he has in store for him this point. Stulert waiting now. Stulert attacking deep. Nope. Heidees happy to work their system. Very disciplined D-line offense so far here out of the Heidees. Inside pass over to Stulert. Doesn't like the pop. Sorry, that was not Stulert. Oh, yes. And that throw's not going to work out, as yes, it was Stulert that gives the disc back to Wall City. And that's a very squandered opportunity. They were right on the end zone line. Metzger looks for Rogers on the front of the stack cut. Herkins over to Riedlo. Metzger's going deep. Is Riedlo going to send it? No. Nice up the line pass. Around pass to Riedlo, and Wall City survive as they make the score 5-4 and hold on to that one.
Riedlo, a.k.a. Chago, has been an amazing addition to the Wall City roster this year. He's a Czech player who traditionally plays with 3SB, but this year, he decided to come on the short train from Prague to Berlin. He's been an incredible player. Notably at our elite invite, we were down against KUSP in our BFD, apologies, BFD.
Not KUSP anymore.
Showing my age. He got 2 key layout blocks in the waning moments of that game for a big comeback. He's a clutch player. He's got no fear. And speaking of no fear, I'd also like to shout out on the other side, Jasper Linde, a.k.a. Confident Leader. He's gotten that name because he's fearless. He's got amazing body language. The team follows him. And this team really believes they can beat anyone. They've got a ton of confidence, which I love to see.
Especially from a young team like Heidees. They had a nice showing at EUCF. I think it was 2021 maybe, where they got in the top 4. And there, Jonathan Meyer-Bodling was picking up with them and doing really, really good work to help them get there. And you could see there the starts of the new generation of Heidees starting to pick up using that experience. And they're here fighting for a spot. It's not easy. They are a little bit outside the ranking, but they're looking pretty sharp so far. Great movement by Heidees. We got Sontag in the middle. Seems to be playing a few more O points in this game now. Nice movement from Heidees. Not too flustered by whatever Wall City's putting on them defensively so far. Great inside pass to get it across the line. Sontag with the around pass. Just happy to give and go and move through their handlers here. Not getting much out of their cutters so far in this possession. There you see a little bit of a poach breaking things free. Can they punish it? Looking for an option in the end zone as they're just content to swing things around. And just complete dominator play from Heidees this whole point. Don't think they've looked to a downfield player beside the front three yet. Always attacking from the front of that stack. Now Sontag with it. Wall City doing a good job of preventing all the scoring passes. But Heidees still looking comfortable pass after pass. Eventually, will the pressure mount, or will they find a little gap in this Wall City defense? Sontag looks to break through the wall. There you see an unmarked Heidees player. Can he find a spot in the end zone a little bit low? And that's a drop, and Wall City's defense pays off. Pressure defense, death by 1,000 cuts. And eventually Wall City get the chance to squander the disc and throw it into the ground.
Not every chance is a successful chance, and that one was unfortunately highly unsuccessful.
We'll see if they can muster enough energy. That must have been a lot of dogged defense work to stifle all the options that Heidees were looking for. Do they have enough to do it one more time? Some contact downfield. Your calls from Wall City to be tighter on the mark. Seem to be sagging a bit and trying to prevent any options in the end zone, but maybe trying to break that up a little bit, put more pressure. Sontag with it. Lots of hard work here by the Heidees handlers. Gonna really have to run that one down, and eventually again, Sontag with the error. This Heidees defense, Wall City defense really paying off. And Heidees, I think, completely disconnected from their cutters, and Wall City is playing into that and just making it difficult for their handlers to get any movement upfield.
I think there's a reason the defense is looking so strong, and I'll just tease that for now, and maybe after the point I can let you in on the secret.
There's a timeout. Is this the time to talk a little bit about it?
Now's the time. So I don't know if you know, Ravi, but there's a new coach this year on Wall City, and it's none other than the legendary Brian Jones, formerly Pony's defensive coordinator and coach. And he's a sort of mythic figure in the Ultimate scene. He's an incredible mind. He's an amazing coach, and he's been watching our film from afar and giving feedback. But he also came to Berlin for 2 weekends so that he could do 2 trainingslagers with us at training camps. And he'll be there at EUCS for us. And his specialty is really precision, sort of junky defenses. He can come in and say, stop, stop, stop. Everybody stop what you're doing. I need this person to come, 2 steps to the left. Your mark needs to be 10 centimeters left of where it is now. He's incredibly precise, but he has such a sort of... He commands so much respect that everyone is listening with rapt attention. And so he's implemented some really cerebral, difficult team defenses, but that everyone has really learned, and especially in the end zone, I think really showed how hard it is to get past that wall and into the end zone.
Yeah, of course, I think took one of his coaching accomplishments was coaching the Pony defense when they were able to stifle Revolver and stop Revolver's run. Basically ended the dynasty when they totally stifled them and crushed them in that final, I forget exactly what year it was, and he was really involved as a defensive line coach for that team. Very, very smart defensive coach in the sport. Actually, was the person who got me into commentary. Met him at World Beach Clubs in Dubai, and he's heard my voice and heard me talking about Frisbee. He's like, you should do a little bit more of this. So we love Brian Jones here in every aspect.
He heard 3 words come out of your mouth, and he said, that's a man who needs to be behind the microphone.
He told me it has to be 10 centimeters to the left, and he gave me the little pointers and got me where I am today. But
he's got a good eye. He can see talent.
I love Brian Jones.
Or hear it, rather. All right, Wall City coming out of the timeout. We've got Ben Joseph with the disc, drying his hands. He's got 2 sweatbands and a towel. It's hot out there. I don't blame him. We've got Dumpke setting up in the dump space. Looks like we're spread. And everyone just had a much-earned rest.
Seems a bit more of a horror look from what I'm seeing, but you know the team better than I do.
We use them interchangeably, but you're right. You're right.
Big high pass from Ben Yosef, and there's the time over, turnout, whatever you want to call it. I actually really hate calling timeouts in game, and that's why. Heidees now back with it again. Sontag made the error earlier. Can he be a bit more secure with the disc now? Big hammer over the top. Is that what it's going to take to score against this Wall City end zone defense? It works out. Heidees survive 5-5.
We saw it last game. We see it this game again. It's young people with the confidence of youth just throwing whatever throw comes to mind. A nice loose hammer, leading pass. Why not?
So you're a bit newer to the commentary game. It's a common thing that we like to talk about because we can't play. We've got to talk about something. What's your thoughts on calling timeouts in the middle of points versus in between points? And there's been a lot of talk about it. Ian French from the Irish side is very, very against calling timeouts in the middle of the game. I'm actually quite on that side myself. What's your take, Christian?
Pardon. That's a controversial topic, even within the Wall City leadership. I myself was a proponent of the call a timeout when things seem like they're getting a little frantic on the field. But I didn't often win that battle against my co-coaches, my co-captains. You know, it might have had more to do with my personal fitness than actually what the right strategy was. But maybe, you know, if I'm out there, my lack of fitness is part of this, needs to be taken into effect as part of strategy.
It is involved.
But it is controversial, and I think Wall City will opt to play against the tired defenders because that's the harder job. I think they would err towards not calling timeouts while play is live.
But there they did it.
That looked like it was a player decision.
Yeah.
Which sometimes
usually a live timeout is a player decision. So
it's true. It's true.
So, it's not exactly a systemic thing that you guys say, hey, let's save our timeouts between points or anything like that.
No, and I'd say.
And your take seems to be that you're more okay with in-game timeouts. That's what I heard through all of your speech there.
I'm against throwing turnovers. I think that's where he went wrong.
That's
not the
something
timeout.
We can all get behind.
Yeah.
I would argue that the likelihood of a turnover increases, but okay, we'll get to that later. Nice shot to Riedlo. That one's going to work out. Oh, Heidees really close on every pass. Rogers comes down with it, though. Heidees playing some intense defense here. Very different pressure-wise than what Wall City was doing, even though Wall City did generate 2 turns in the last points. Heidees here trying to get blocks, whereas Wall City was trying to win a war of attrition. Different defensive strategies by the two German sides. Rogers now. Playing with Riedlo. Error came from this player before. There, the lefty high release works out. Perkins gets the disc. Nice inside shot to Rogers. No continuation, though. Disc back in the hands of Rogers. Great layout block there from Heidees. Again, like I said, their strategy is to get blocks. They don't want to play this war of attrition against the end zone. They're just going to use their athleticism and generate a turnover here. Amazing play there by the Heidees. So Stulert, who I believe turned it over last time for this D-line, is going to pick up. Nice pass there over the top. Perkins doing a great job shutting down, but that's always the risk that you're just going to be caught watching. That pass goes right to Riedlo, and again, the Wall City more forcing errors. Heidees trying to get blocks. Different defensive strategies, but just back in the hands of the Berliners. Nice pass from Rogers to Riedlo, and that's going to count. Wall City go up 6-5.
Whew. And another hold your breath point for Wall City. Not clean, but effective. They get the point at the end of the day. I'd like to give a shout out on that Wall City line to young Jonas, number 15. Typically, I believe he's only on the German roster, so not international tournaments, but he's been called up. He's one of our younger players, and I think he's doing a great job holding his own on the O-line. And if he catches the score, he's known to do a signature sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger style flex. So
we'll look out for that.
So we got to look out for that if it happens.
It's a tight one here. 6-5. I believe we are on serve. Can you recollect that, Christian?
I don't. I think so as well.
It does seem that the first offensive point was indeed scored, Perkins to Heinrichs. So that was a Wall City point. So yes, we are on serve here.
Now this is Kay with the dish to pull. He's blowing on his hands like an Olympic ping pong player. He likes to say that he has the best pulls in Europe. So let's see how this one looks.
That's a big claim.
I'm not sure it's defensible, but one throw at a time.
Has he ever won the pull competition at Windmill?
No.
Which is not really a pull competition, it's a distance competition, but that does help. That was a pretty good one. Heidees working out of it really well. Lucas Busch over to Hans Tiro now. Hans Tiro looking for the around pass up the line. Eventually swings it to Linda, who you were shouting out earlier this game. Boom with it to Linda. Nice inside pass. Great fast throw. Boom now. Linda to Tiro. Tiro's got it. Linda going deep. Tiro's looking for something safer, though. Nice stretching the field after a bunch of small ball, and now Heidees really on the doorstep of evening things up. Tiro now. Again, Wall City with this great red zone defense, making things very difficult for this Heidees side. Looks like there's a call on the play.
I believe it's a classic, you hit me.
But I wasn't moving.
But I wasn't moving.
But you moved a little bit, but I wasn't moving. Tiro. Tiro and Linda working together, and that pass from Linda just a little bit off the mark. And again, this Wall City end zone defense paying dividends. I think teams should take a look here. If you want to work on how to prevent teams from scoring, check out what Wall City are doing here. Ned Garvey gets to Basov. Basov with the big huck into the end zone. There's some injury downfield, but I think it's going to stay a score. Hope everybody's okay, but there's a change of player. Now in the new rules, injuries can still, you can still use the continuation call if it didn't affect play. I'm curious what it will be here.
That's Stefan Linnemann-Jones with the injury, who's no stranger to getting in the mix like that. He's battered, bloodied, and bruised. He's always getting the mix. Looks like he's walking away. I expect he'll come back, but that'll sting a little bit.
It looks like the disc is also going to come back to Basov. Hans Tiro deciding to take a sub. I think when you're in your 40s and your team is on defense, maybe the wise choice to get off the field. Let some of the young frothing players, as you like to call them, get out there.
I would do the same. Help, I would yell until someone tags me out. It's Metzger coming on.
Not a bad person to get on the line when your D-line has the offensive possession. Great movement to K. Ned Garvey with it on the sideline. Gets the around break to Metzger. That's going to work. Metzger on the sideline. Phil K was open on that break side up the line pass, but Metzger to look at the easier one and eventually finds Ned Garvey in the end zone, and Wall City get a break to take the lead 7-5.
I love to see Ned Garvey score because he's one of these sort of unsung heroes, a workhorse of the D-line who spends most of his time just sprinting after cutters. It's such a grind. If he does his job, nobody ever sees it because his player just doesn't get the disc. So a little bit of a stat there, toe in the end zone line. Love to see it. He also had a nice throw on that point to Bozov, and they're Frisbee teammates from back in their Russia days on Midnight Cobras, which is a really great mixed beach team from Moscow. Maybe a little of their chemistry showing through there. Yeah,
you see there, Garvey with the catch. Garvey also has done some journalism work for Ultimate. He's been done some work for Ulti World and written some interesting stuff. I think that perhaps this was a halftime or a timeout. Either way, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
And ready.
Welcome back to second half action here with the Heidees versus Wall City. Wall City just broke for half there at the end of that first half. Heidees now trying to respond.
Yes, he will.
Linda and Sontag working in the backfield together.
Ravi, it looks like we're seeing our first zone look from Wall City. They have two different D-lines this weekend, fruits and vegetables. I believe this is vegetables, and they're more of the zony look. So we should expect to see more of that from this line. See if it works out.
So far, it seems to be pushing Heidees a bit back. They have not, I think they've managed about 7-8 passes by now and have not gotten outside of their defending end zone. That's probably what this zone is attempting to do. High pass over to Linda. And now Heidees seem to have broken through. Can they keep the movement going? Nice big arcing hammer across the field. That's, almost eaten up by Phil Kay. He saw that one and read it like a book, but better possession from Heidees, and they hold on for their dear life as they make it 7-6. What did you feel about, this is probably a zone you've seen them working on. Do you think you should be happy about that point, or?
If I can be honest with you.
You can.
The first time we've seen this zone was on Thursday. So it's a new look for us. I thought it went really well at Thursday practice. Glad we're repping it against some other teams. It did what it was meant to at the beginning, which was make things go backwards, only give up the big shots across the field. But it's also meant to really try to stop the flow once it starts. So there's an acknowledgement that once it gets through, everyone's got to really hustle back so that it stops at that one pass and not 4 or 5 passes in a row, which is what we saw there.
I think they struggled with that aspect of the zone then, if that,
I would say
that
so.
was the target. Once it punched through. They did manage to stop it, then the high arcing hammer kind of ended the pressure from the zone after that. But
yeah, and that's the kind of throw they're trying to force. A nice high floaty hammer.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a wing sort of sneaking around who can make a play on it. That time there wasn't, but I don't think they'll be too disappointed with the effort.
So 7-6, Heidees down. Metzger now, as we hear a trumpet come out from the Heidees sideline. That's a new move. Let's see if it pays off for him. Rogers now on the sideline. Finds Reedlow in the middle. Metzger with the inside shot to Reedlow. Rogers looking for options. Eventually finds Jonas.
One thing I think that Wall City is struggling with right now is connecting the handlers to the cutters, and that's because there's at least 4 handlers on this O-line, 4.5 you could argue. So all the handlers are here and healthy, and 3 of the big cutters are missing with Eichler, Greenwald, and Schlor. But they managed to punch it in anyway.
Yeah, nice point there from Wall City. Like you said, a bit of disconnection from the cutters, but eventually finding their way to the end zone anyways, playing a bit more of this dominator style. Both teams, I feel like, are not playing through their cutters as much. They're both looking for ways to play small ball all the way to the end zone. Seem to be getting a little more success from Wall City, but I don't know if it, like you said, because they're missing cutters or what. The Heidees seem to be doing the same strategy.
I think it's actually really great reps for the team, because when you have these powerful cutters who work in big open spaces like Schlor and Greenwald, you really want to run your offense through them, and so that becomes the main style of offense. And so this is sort of practicing, what do we do when that's not free? How do we prepare ourselves for other situations? But I think they'll be happy when they return for sure. And I will say that the sideline horn is an innovative strategy from the Heidees there. So Berlin is well known as sort of a techno team.
Okay.
Berlin being a techno city, and DJ Leo Eichler on the 1s and 2s during the warm-up. And so any other music, any melody or sort of tonality is going to get us off our rhythm.
An acoustic instrument.
An acoustic
instrument.
instrument.
An instrument where it's not just made out from a computer, it's made from a real person
No
blowing air.
No 4/4 beat. It's going to literally get us off our rhythm. You know, we're playing at 120 beats per minute. It didn't work at that point, but I think it was well worth the effort from the sideline.
I've always found Wall City to be a very strong sideline team in terms of being able to bring energy on defense. The Heidees there trying to match it. You see very rapid defense here from Wall City trying to get down there and put the pressure on. Linda finds Bohm, Hans Tiro now. That goes off of Ned Garvey's back of his head, I believe, but didn't complete the block. Low pass, but collected by Heidees. Biskupke gets it to Linda. Linda being asked to do a lot on this Heidees offensive side. Lux also there. Swings around Tiro. Very good defensive pressure here from Heidees. You see they've pushed, sorry, from Wall City. They pushed Heidees all the way back into the defending end zone again. Heidees do not seem to be connected to their cutters at all. You see there the deep cut goes off. Nobody brave enough to shoot it. Eventually have to settle for these big arcing swing shots. That one's going to be Kay versus Tiro in the air and eventually sails over both players. Now it's back in the hands of Kay. Basov has it on the sideline. That off the hands of the Wall City player. Goes for the second effort, and he's there! What a play by Wall City as they get another break to make things 9-6.
Amazing catch by Machurik on the second effort. His mom is in attendance. She drove over an hour to be here, and he's no doubt showing off for Mutti. What a play.
Is that why he tipped the disc off of his hands on purpose for that play? Just to
That's not allowed, so I don't think that's what he could have done there. Phil Kay was making the same upline cut into the same space, yelling, hold, 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 because he wanted the disc. Machurik said, no, I've got this.
Made it interesting. Made it interesting.
Made it interesting, and that's what the people want.
So the fans back home are happy to see it.
And that was Vlad Basov with the throw. Basov has a sort of unorthodox throwing style, but he teaches a clinic every offseason called Vlad's Bag of BS, where he shows you how the sort of inelegant but crafty ways you can get it off the line. If you're not a sort of textbook giant around guy, he'll show you sort of some of the tricks of a cutter who's just trying to stay alive off the sideline.
Looks like a timeout here by Heidees. We'll be back in a moment to finish up this game. 17 minutes on the clock between Heidees and Wall City.
Get there. Yes, he will. The lovely day.
All right, back here to close out this game. Heidees versus Wall City. Christian, what does the algorithm say about these two teams? Where are they sitting, and what are they exactly playing for right now?
Well, so right now the Heidees are in 19th, which means they're 4 spots out of qualifying for EUCF. The expected matchup score is 15-11, more or less, which means that if this game were to end with Wall City winning 15-11, the Heidees would not improve in the standings of their own merit. So they really want to win by, they want to be with within at least 3 points of Wall City, but every point really matters. So right now they're down 3. If they can trade out till the rest of the game, they would gain something, but they don't want to be so close to the bubble. So they're looking to win ideally, but if not, lose really close so that they go up in the rankings even without the W.
See if that plays out for them. Wall City again coming out in a bit of a junky look. As I think, what did you say, these are the vegetables that are out there?
I believe these are the vegetables.
These are the vegetables. They force a big arcing shot and almost turns into a turnover, but Heidees hold on to it. Sontag looking for Stulert in the end zone, and that's going to be an easy grab for the big man. Just a height mismatch there as they bring it to within 2.
Dumke was in the right spot there, but like you said, he's just not the taller player in that matchup, so no shame in getting beat in the air there. I will say this fruit-vegetable dynamic, where one team comes on and plays a zone, sort of clogging up the lanes and trying to be intelligent, and the other team coming on a little bit more frothing and a little bit of a person, putting on a lot of pressure. It can be tough for an offense to have to go back and forth from one style to the other. When a team plays the same defense every time, you can really adjust and start to sort of tailor your offense to their defense. But when you're mixing it up like Wall City is here, it can be a lot harder to get into a rhythm. So I like the strategy from Wall City.
Heidees do survive that zone point, though, as they look to try and earn another break and claw a little bit closer in this game. We have 13 minutes left on the clock, and they're going to want to be, as like you said, as close as possible, or if not, get a win in this game to up themselves in the ranking.
Yep. The other thing I like about the 2 D lines is that it engenders a nice friendly competitive spirit, where even on your team you might be trying to outcompete the other line, show a little bit of pride, get a little bit of a culture going with just your guys.
Now at practice, you typically have those 3 lines playing against each other, or just throw your outline against those 2 D lines. How is that really handled or managed?
Usually O-line stays pretty static, although attendance can be so spotty that there's a lot of shuffling in and out. But line calling generally starts with who's on the O-line, get them all together, and then figure it out from there.
There is I think Herkins blew past, bouldered over the Heidees defender there.
Looks like he's content to send it back.
Yeah.
A lot of respect between these 2 teams. Herkins, who made that catch, plays with a lot of these Heidees players on Kiffgesellschaft, which translates to the weed-smoking community, which is newly legal in Germany, so nothing to be shy about saying on air.
But maybe shy if the Whiff-Diff doping organization is watching this stream.
I believe it's a euphemism. It doesn't reflect any in-world behavior. It's a vibe, as they say.
That's here to bring things back in for Heidees. Causing a lot of pressure, these Heidees defenders. I don't think that was exactly the dump set that was drawn up by Wall City. Herkins now has it on the sideline. Then she goes up the field. Swung across by Wall City. Nice run-through block there by Heidees. This is a huge point for them. If they can bring this to within 1, be very good for their rankings and their chances to win this game. Here we see that deadly Wall City end zone defense, but again, they find the break around here, and Heidees get the break. It's 9-8. We're within 1 point now.
It seems like there's a trend, Ravi, of these Ds coming from Wall City cutters who are standing static and Heidees defenders who are sprinting through them. It seems like Wall City are seeing open people, but not exactly seeing where the Heidees are in relation to them. That's been a sort of the Achilles heel here.
Yeah, there you see the shot, and Rogers just waiting for it. And eventually the Heidees player just running through. But what you notice is it's not like run from behind blocks. They're defenders that are in some other space, but just attacking the disc, kind of running across where the where the throwing pattern is for the Wall City.
Yeah, they're flying around. They're getting into spaces, and you know, if I was on the Wall City O-line, I'd be looking over my shoulder. You know, where's the next guy going to come flying out of?
Yeah. It's one of those, like, I think Rogers knew he had his person beat, so there was no one behind him, and maybe he was just didn't expect someone coming from somewhere else.
Yeah, I think Rogers is doing the right thing, which is standing in a space and taking it. And it's really the job of the person with the disc to see what's coming behind Rogers. But also a lot of credit to the defense. You know, those are earned.
Yeah. No, very intelligent, very good awareness and athleticism from the Heidees defense. Again, like I said, I think the strengths of both defenses are incredibly different. I think it's what the Wall City's doing is very positional, especially when they get to the end zone, and what Heidees are doing is more explosive and reacting to moments to get blocks. But both playing really tight with both different styles here. You'd love to see different styles fight each other here at the European stage. Okay, now finds Metzger up line. Metzger's looking for Herkins, but eventually holsters it. Swing across there. Is that one going to be too far? Heidees have a chance to equalize now. Sontag telling his team, get in front. I'm taking this disc. Would not be surprised if he was looking for Stulert there. No, Stulert's going to stay in the dump space. We hear the Heidees horns coming out. Intense stuff between these two powerhouses from Germany. Kay and the Sontag matchup. It's a fun one to watch. Stulert looks for options, eventually just turfs the disc. I think tries to throw it before really locking his body in. Kay blades it into the end zone. And that one's just eaten up. Oh, a foul call is going to be there. It's going to be accepted. I think he got away with one there. I think the defender had position. Was not the best option for Phil Kay. So it was a lucky foul, I would call that one.
Lucky foul, maybe a bailout catch if it was a strip. But Heinrichs knew that he had to reel that one in. He didn't want Kay to have 2 turns in a row on his permanent record.
There's a bit of a miscue there. Riedlo stopped his cut, but still managed to react and get there. The athletic Czech man gets it for Wall City, and they survive. Stop Heidees from equalizing. They're up 10-8.
Now Chego, who made that amazing grab to get that score there, has a bit of a deceptive look to him. You might assume that he's one of the more experienced players on the field, but he's hiding behind his hairline is a young, explosive athlete, and he proved it right there. And I don't think he watches these things, so it's, you know, I'm safe. And I think I put it delicately. You know, hairline recognize hairline, as they say.
7 minutes on the clock. Wall City up 10-8 here in this EUF Summer Tour matchup. Again, as we said, the expected score between these two teams, 15-11. So it has to be said that though Heidees is down, they are playing a bit above the algorithm. They'll be happy about that, but I think they'll be upset that they squandered that opportunity. That was a good one, just a turfed dump set there. And that just comes from a bit of fatigue, a bit of nerves, a bit of recognizing, oh, this is such an important moment, and then just losing your focus on the throw.
Yep. I think the Heidees will be least surprised by their performance at this game, really playing up to Wall City's level. They're used to playing up to their competitors' level. Wall City is more trying to just, in every game, treat it like it's the same opponent, get in the mindset that you don't care who's across from you. It's tournament mode. You got to win every point. So they're not looking past the Heidees, and nor should they.
Let's see how the Heidees respond. They go into a horizontal stack, but are going complete dominator. Eventually, Sontag comes back to mix things up, and there's a hand block there from Riedlo and a double D from Herkins. Herkins blows past. I think the Heidees players coming off, deciding not to call foul from the body language. It looks like Florian Reinhardt's coming off, and Lucas Busch is going to come inside. Luch is going to come inside, sorry, Bela Luch coming inside.
And that was Chego, seconds after making that beautiful score on the other end, just gets a huge hand block, gets all of the disc there, and Business Paul cleans it up nicely.
Shot goes up to Basov. Sontag's in the area, but he goes up a little bit too early, and Basov gets the score. So Wall City there get a late break as they extend their lead 11-8.
Amazing grab from Basov under pressure. He had Sontag near him, the taller player. And that was a throw from Herkens, who was just trusting his receiver. Put it out to space, said, you go get it. And it looks like Wall City's calling a timeout.
All right, we'll take a short break ourselves. We'll be back with you in a moment. 11-8 the score, 4 minutes and a half left on the clock here at the Summer Tour. Welcome back to the conclusion of this game here between Heidees and Wall City. Wall City up 11-8 late in this game here at the Summer Tour in Heilbronn. So it looks like Heidees, they're starting off in a vert stack, but immediately kind of moving into a spread formation. Maybe a fake vert stack. As now they've spread out completely across the fields. Nice swing pass around. There's a floaty pass into the end zone. It's going to be bodies underneath it and just casually collected by the Heidees. And that's going to work out. They get 11-9. Right on the money, they call it.
Very stylish catch. Was that Bohm who made that catch?
I think so.
In the blue cleats, that's a man who knows his flair, looking to make a name for himself on the stream, and he does so there. Vendeholm was in good position to make the D, maybe lost sight of the disc a bit.
Yeah, you can see him there. He was just watching Boom the whole way and then tried to jump when it looked like Boom was looking to get it. And I think Boom just read the situation well, forced him to go up a little early, and then just took it casually.
I guess he got boomed on.
So it does say 1 minute, 20 seconds. Last time we were a bit behind on the clock, so at any moment we could be in cap. We don't really have connection to the clock people here. So we do apologize if the game suddenly ends and we didn't call it for you. But any moment now, we'll be adding 1 to the high score and playing to that. I don't think we're going to get to 15 here, as Wall City are up 11-9.
Heidees set to pull, Wall City tying their shoes.
Got some clock management Wall City's doing.
I don't think we're that smart.
They are that smart, Christian. They are that smart.
They.
Metzger puts the scuba over the top to Rogers. Bit of a poach off, but punished immediately. Riedlow. Riedlow to Metzger. Heinrichs and Metzger working together. Great around pass by Herkins to Riedlow. Another run-through block read perfectly by Heidees. They've had the same exact type of block over and over again this game. They launched immediately deep, trying to get within 1 point in this game late. Yes, it works out for Heidees. It's 11-10. We got a game here.
Wow, Heidees just will not go away, will they? They're pesky, they're sticking around, they don't give up.
Scores 11-10. The clock has run out on our side, so I think we're in a game to 12 by now, Christian. Heidees have, if that's true, Heidees have gotten to within 2 points, which is a bit better than their 3-point gap they were aiming for. Though the math gets a little bit weirder when it doesn't go to 15, but I think they are happy with that. But they're looking to push, and it's again that somehow poachy reactive defense where they run in front of a disc that's being thrown to a person standing in space, which seems to be the poison that they are picking.
Yeah, and it's really working out for them. I'm curious what's going on in the Wall City huddles when they talk about it after the points.
How deep does Wall City feel with their O-line strategically? I mean, how many breaks are they going to go before letting some D-lines come in and fill in?
At this tournament, it's going to be after every single break. So they don't have the full depth of their roster here, which would allow them to sort of have the traditional 9 people on the O-line so that you can have sort of the O-line fill in for the O-line.
Yeah.
Here, it's immediate. And I think that's...
But if I'm correct, I believe there's a timeout here, I would guess by Wall City, perhaps looking to rest those O-line players because they realize this is such a key moment that we want to be able to put them back out for a second point in a row. We'll see what they do with that.
I'd be of the mindset that you have to score this one. I would probably put out a regular O-line, maybe even a little bit supplemented. I don't know if they have another timeout or not. Do you know how it works in cap space?
I don't think cap space affects timeouts here, but I haven't been keeping track of exactly how many they have as a team. So, but what I mean is they just got broken. And now there seem to be, rather than what you would say is throw a D-line out after it get broken, here they're putting their O-line out again. And that timeout probably was just to rest them so that they could really punch this last one in to win. And we'll see if that pays off, because if they get broken here, then it'll be a universe where their O-line will be really tired. Heidees really, really looking to put the pressure on. They are hungry. They want to take this game.
Yeah, and I would say that Phil Kay is sort of the swing player. He's been playing both lines. He's the man who comes in after a break to settle things down. Maybe take out the youngest player, Jonas, and replace him with the oldest player, Kay.
We hear the Heidees horn coming out. We hear the sidelines getting loud. Here we go. 1 point away from Universe. Can Heidees get another block? Phil Kay under the pressure of Sontag. Riedlow gets the under. Riedlow looks deep for Herkins. Looks like Herkins has the space and the body, and he comes down with it, and that is the score and the win. Wall City take it 12-10 over Heidees.
Gorgeous throw, great grab to finish it off, but big props to the Heidees for making it tight in the end, putting a ton of pressure on. I think the Heidees will come away with a moral victory, sort of feeling like they put more pressure on. They went up against the higher seed and gave them a really good fight. And I bet you they'll be thinking that their stock in the algorithm should go up a bit.
We'll see how that plays out. If you want to find out tonight at 8:30, I will be doing a live stream where I will reveal what the rankings, how the rankings have moved from today's games. So if you want to know what's going to happen tomorrow, there's games going on all over Europe. Definitely check that out. And I will make sure that the rankings are public so everybody can see exactly what that is. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with another stream. I think this one will be commentary free, but there's tons of action going on all over Europe, so I'm sure this is a great stream to watch. We'll see you in the next one.